Hey y'all, what's up? Today I'll be ranking the finest baddies from each Souls games amongst each other. Here are the rules. In order to be considered a bad bitch, sorry about that, you have to look, like one. So people like the Lost Sinner and the baddest will make it on this list. Hey, if you find them attractive, hey man, you do you, but this list will only consist of the most finest badass blade wielding women only. And yeah, the rule, I'll be ranking them not only on boss fight but based on looks as well. So someone can be good boss fight wise and gameplay wise, but if they don't look as good, they won't rank as high. And the same goes for the other way around. If you look good but you're a trash boss fight, you're gonna be low on this list, buddy. So yeah, let's get right into this. At the bottom of this list, we have Nishandra Trifling Ass. Now, I know you might be wondering why I put her on this list if, she looks like, well, this. Well, silly. Have you seen her human form? She's still, come on, she's still a baddie at the end of the day. Well, kinda. See, I'm a fair person, so in terms of looks, she would get a 2 out of 10. Now, her human form would get at least an 8 for sure. However, when it comes down to how cool she looks, she would rank high for sure. Now her boss fight in itself would get a 5 for me. It's kinda mid, to be honest. The first two people at the start of her fight makes it annoying, but good thing you don't have to deal with them all the time. Honestly, the most annoying thing about her fight is the cursed orbs, but yeah, it's just a mid fight, I guess. Nishandra gets a 7 when combining both her looks and gameplay. Moving on to Millennium. Now it's kinda surprised me on how low she ranks on this list, and it's not because of her looks, because I don't care what no one says. Yo, Millennium is still a baddie at the end of the day, and I would give her a 7, mostly because if it wasn't for the Scarlet Rot buildup all over her body. But the reason why she's kinda low on this list is because of her boss fight. Now, don't get me wrong, Millennium is not a bad boss fight, nowhere close to that. However, she's kinda broken, and if it wasn't for that one move, and I know which one you know which one I'm talking about, she definitely would have been way higher. However, I do find her boss fight way more enjoyable compared to Nishandra and even some other people come on this list. So in total, she gets a 13. Sister Fried, well, I don't know what her name is, bro. In terms of looks, she gets come on, Freed's fine ass is getting an 8. I mean, she looks good, and showing feet gives her an extra point as well. However, in terms of boss fight, I think it's strange because I don't really like her boss fight all that much. But that's mostly due to the second phase, which I fucking hate. Both her first and third stage would have been good enough, at least for me. And even though she ranks higher than Millennium, I still prefer Millennium's boss fight. However, the reason why Freed wins is because she has an extra point in looks compared to Millennium, which would make her get 14 points in total. At number 3, we have Priscilla. I'ma just get this out the way. I don't really fight her that much. Maybe I'm too much of a pussy to lay my hands on this somewhat innocent woman just minding her business, but from what I remember, her boss fight isn't all that, it just isn't all that. It's kinda mid, especially compared to the other women on this list. So in terms of boss fight, she gets a 5. However, due to her looks, and she gets a 10, cause look at her, she even got a fuzzy tip, come on bro. And because of her 10 out of 10 ranking and looks, she very narrowly beats some of the other bosses on this list. Did I even use narrowly right? I don't care. Now we have Emma. Emma is fine as hell, come on, she doesn't even have to wear revealing clothing or whatever. Honestly, everyone here except Millennium's naked ass doesn't have to wear revealing clothing, and yet they're still fine and badass at the same time. Millennium still looks good and cool as fuck too, so don't get me wrong. But Emma gets an 8 for looks, and in terms of gameplay, I really enjoy fighting her. I mean, the combat of Sekiro is addicting as hell, so it might be a personal bias or whatever, but I just really love this fight, even if it's short and not all that flashy. So in terms of gameplay, she gets another 8, making her get a 16 in total. Now the final person who is not only the most finest, sexiest boss on the list, but also a cool and badass one gameplay wise, and the drippiest as well, is ladies and gentlemen, Lady Maria. The reason why I put her number 1 is because she looks good and has a great fashion sense, which would make her get a 10 in in this category. And fighting her is always challenging but fun at the same time. Everything about her boss fight is cool. Her flashy over-the-top moveset, her design, the arena, while bland looking at first, is really somewhat important lore-wise, and the music of her fight is really great too. The only two boss on this list to have like really memorable music in my opinion that I really enjoy is Millennium and Maria. Not saying the rest have bad music or anything, but compared to Lady Maria and Millennia, I don't think they stand out as much, at least in my opinion. And it just goes way, they both of their themes just go way harder in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and you know, leave a like if you liked it, or if you don't, then don't leave a like. But yeah, or comment if you didn't like it, just comment why, you know. It's all good. I don't really like, it's all good. I'll listen to feedback, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, and that's it.